Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Sioux Falls police are investigating a homicide, and we want to warn you the details are graphic. Officials say the body of 63-year-old Negusi Bolte was stuffed inside a bag inside an apartment building on the corner of Cliff Avenue and 3rd Street on Wednesday morning. According to court papers, during an interview with detectives, Morningstar Jewett said, quote, "You got me."
According to court papers, Jewett also told investigators Bolte was fighting with his girl, so he started assaulting him. He went on to say he grabbed a piece of wood and smacked him in the back of the head. He hit the ground. He assaulted him again. Jewett had just gotten out of prison on June 27th. He's now charged with aggravated assault, but more charges could be coming. He was back in court Thursday afternoon and is being held on $50,000 cash. This wasn't the only death Sioux Falls police were investigating Wednesday.
Officials say human remains were found in a wooded area near Sertoma Park along 49th Street. The remains are believed to be from a 58-year-old man, but his death does not appear to be suspicious.
Somebody found the remains. Essentially, they were doing kind of a scavenger hunt, I guess. And so the area where they were going to was near where the body was found. So somebody was basically just came upon the body and notified police.
Clemens says they're also waiting on autopsy results for this death before providing more details. One man was arrested after multiple incidents in Deuel County earlier this week. The first happened on Sunday. The sheriff's office says it received a report of a vehicle driving around people's yards near 185th Street and 480th Avenue. A vehicle was then reported stolen from a home in the area.
Then on Monday, officials got a call about another vehicle missing from a home in Brant. The sheriff's office says the vehicle drove through a cornfield, soybean field, and pasture before ending up in a creek. 23-year-old Bjorn Schubert is facing a list of charges, including intentional damage to property and grand theft.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. A cool and wet start to the day for parts of KELOLAND, Scott.
Oh, we're looking at our rain showers, even an isolated thunder shower in central South Dakota for this morning, slowly trying to move to the east and slightly to the southeast. Temperatures will remain cool where we have the cloud cover, where we have our chances for rain. We'll have to watch maybe northeastern South Dakota for a thunderstorm later this afternoon and heading into the evening. And once we get into this weekend, it's looking mostly dry and downright hot by the time we get to Monday. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. A 4th of July holiday weekend on the lake ended with a family making funeral arrangements for their daughter. 13-year-old Emmy Gorman died Monday in an accident while she was tubing on Lake Madison.
Her parents are remembering Emmy as a fun, outgoing girl who always wanted to learn new things. Now the family is pulling together to seek comfort following such a tragic loss.
It just feels like a nightmare that you never wake up from. And it's not something that should ever happen, I guess.
Emmy would have been an 8th grader this fall at Harrisburg's North Middle School. Her funeral will be Wednesday morning at Central Church in Sioux Falls.
It's taking longer to process a passport renewal, something that can be a problem if your dog decides to chew it up a second time.
The year previous he had chewed it up, right, which is why I was applying for that new passport. So now we were getting the new passport right before the trip. And I'm like, well, thank goodness, the dog won't get a hold of it, whatever. So my wife took the passport, put it on the other side of the baby gate that we used to keep the dog separated, put it on top of a desk. And within hours, his nose sniffed it out, pulled it down, and destroyed that passport. So we had another passport crisis at the Toom house.
The dog you just saw is Jose Toom's dog, whom he otherwise praises. The office of Senator John Thune helped Toom secure a passport that wasn't chewed up.
On a wider scale, a State Department official tells KELOLAND News that there's a, quote, unprecedented demand for passports. Processing time, which does not include time for mailing, varies from 10 to 13 weeks for normal processing, while expedited processing ranges from 7 to 9 weeks. This weekend, Native American musicians will take the Levitt stage to perform and share their talents.
The All My Relatives Festival will be the first ever at the Levitt in collaboration with SDSU to bring their tradition and culture to Sioux Falls. Special to the headliners this weekend, all of them are also South Dakota natives.
It's been a while in South Dakota since Native music was given the platform and the stage that it deserves. And this festival will be full of talented Native musicians that will show and prove that we definitely have what it takes to entertain a crowd.
The two-day event will also have dance performances and a fashion show on Saturday. The details to the festival are attached to this story right here on KELOLAND.com. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right. Well, that rain early this morning, you can see some of the moisture there in the culverts and those ditches around Platte. They've had over an inch of rain. In fact, even closer to an inch and a half of rain. And it's still falling here as of the 7 o'clock hours. So continue to watch this as it meanders to the east. I do think some of that rain will get to Sioux Falls. Some of the more optimistic views on that would be closer to a half an inch. That would be nice to get. Sioux Falls has struggled a lot the past several weeks is kind of one of the drier pockets. Certainly southwest Minnesota, a little lesser trend that way. More rain down toward Yankton. We're picking up some steady moisture this morning. So just keep that in mind as you watch the radar on your Storm Tracker app. This is the latest view on Futurecast. It picks up on that moisture and it's going to linger it through the afternoon. So it's not exactly just, a quick hour of rain. We're going to have off and on showers probably all the way through mid-afternoon in the Sioux Falls area. Also, I want to point out there's a line of thunderstorms, or a broken line, that comes out of southeast North Dakota. That could even feature a couple of severe cells around that Aberdeen area. So keep that in mind here late this afternoon into the early evening. Past sunset, though, those thunderstorms are expected to fizzle. And then on Saturday, we're going to build in dry skies for many. A couple of exceptions. The far west could brew up a few isolated thunderstorms. But overall, a pretty nice weekend ahead. 70 today with the clouds and rain in Sioux Falls. 75 with that storm chance in Aberdeen. 80 in Pierre. Well, if you're looking for some warmer weather, it does appear that Monday could get close to 90 in Sioux Falls. But then we're going to slip again next week, and we could get some more thunderstorms in the region starting Tuesday into Wednesday. That looking a little bit better this morning, so let's keep an eye on that next week. Aberdeen also have included some chances of rain Tuesday and Wednesday. It does climb back to the 80s for highs Sunday and Monday. And for Pierre in central South Dakota, middle 80s on Sunday, near 90 Monday. And again, those rain chances will come back into central KELOLAND, even the west too, where it's been quite wet. No reason to stay away from, the chance of rain. We'll continue that again next week. Check out more details on the forecast at KELOLAND.com.